unfoldment of human consciousness into such an amazing height as exemplified by the knowledge system of Ayurveda is incredible to modern man who is caught in the vicious cycle of materialist worldview and instrumental rationality. The diagnosis of diseases, identification of medicinal properties of innumerable herbs, and preparations of medicines and their combinations in varied proportions are all a puzzle to modern man who is devoid of even basic awareness of spiritual science. The genesis of Ayurveda can be traced back to Atharva Veda. The rishis who were compassionate to human mysteries caused by various diseases propounded the Ayurveda treatment system. They devised it not as a treatment method alone, but as a preventive healthcare system which imparts awareness about humans' inalienable relationship with nature and supreme light. Rishis were great seers who could see in spiritual vision the cause-effect nexus of unforeseen developments in human life and physical nature. Their mission was to guide human beings materially and spiritually to the ultimate goal of human life. Ayurveda evolved and transmitted down generations through guru-disciple tradition. The acharyas imparted knowledge only to deserving disciples. It was not a career or a profession that anyone can get enrolled and do treatment. In Ayurveda, the Vaidya or the doctor is important more than the medicine. A true Ayurveda Vaidya is a spiritually elevated person who would be able to discern the karmagari of the patient, the disorder in the magnetic body, and the consequent imbalance in the humors, and decide the root cause of the disease. But we have lost such Vaidyas who were Jnanis. The eclipse of Atmajnana Marga was a turning point in the evolution and development of Ayurveda. This is vindicated by the fact that since the disappearance of great acharyas like Charaka, Sushruta, Vakpara, Dhanvantari, we do not find the advent of such great seers who could further take forward Ayurveda in conformity with the changes in time and climate. A knowledge system sustains and contributes to human well-being if it is grounded on the dharma of present yuga. The restoration of lost momentum and development of Ayurveda depends on the advent of spiritually evolved acharyas and vaidyas. The view that Ayurveda can be made competent to address modern healthcare challenges by emulating the methodologies and knowledge in other systems of medicine is unwarranted. In this context, the observation of Navajyoti Sri Karunakara Guru, the founder guru of Shantigati Ashram, that the knowledge systems originated and evolved in ancient India by the Atmajnana Guru Paramparas were alive and vibrant during the Vedic age. However, with the eclipse and disappearance of Atmajnana Marga, at some point of time, the development and evolution of those knowledge systems, including Ayurveda, were arrested. Thus, the disappearance of Jnana path and deviation in Yugadharma explains the absence of another Charaka, Sushruta, Vakpara, and Dhanvantari since their time. Therefore, the rejuvenation and restoration of the lost momentum of Ayurveda in the present age is possible only with the restoration of Jnana Marga and Guru-disciple order. It is in this context the doctrine of Nava Arogya Dharma Siddhanta propounded by Guru assumes relevance. The concept of Nava Arogya Dharma Siddhanta propounded by Guru, conforming to Dharma of present Yuga, constitute an integral part of his vision and a new human healthcare system. The new health science propounded by the Guru has its basis in the Jnana Marga and Guru-disciple order that the Guru has established through Shantigiri Guru Parampara. The Guru noted that children born and brought up in this lineage, adhering to dharmic way of life, will put into practice the new health doctrine. The new health science rooted in Jnana Marga seeks to restore the lost spiritual content of ancient medical system and their evolution and development conforming to the changes in time and climate. The arrested development of Ayurveda since the eclipse of Jnana Marga is visualized through the spiritually evolved Vaidyas. Since each yuga has got its own karma and dharma, according to the time concept of India, the Siddharthas evolved in past yugas are unable to achieve the desired goals of life in present yuga. They exhorted humans that life should be carried out in conformity with the intrinsic and innate human nature. A way of life and thinking deviated from dharma, that is, the laws that hold and maintain order in the physical, mental and spiritual nature of man, would produce imbalance in the vital forces in man. Therefore, the imbalance in the vital forces in humans and its manifestation as diseases of varied kinds can be traced back to a way of life and life vision deviated from dharma. Therefore, one finds that the basis and essence of Ayurveda system is grounded in spiritual wisdom. The low profile of Ayurveda in the past several decades can be traced back to the absence of jnanis of such spiritual stature and spiritually evolved followers who could sustain wisdom so as to restore and infuse the lost dynamism of Ayurveda. It evolved along with a different life vision and lifestyle. Modern life vision and lifestyle are antithetical to the life vision and lifestyle in which Ayurveda grew, developed and sustained. In Shantigiri, Ayurveda has been revived and perfected as a part of life mission of Guru. Through Guru, humanity has received an alternative life vision and life pattern. The foundation of pure Jnana Marga has again been rejuvenated and revived, and a new parampara is emerging on the spiritual and material guidance of Guru. Thank you.
Thank you, NANMA, for a very brilliant and illuminating exposition of the origin of Ayurveda, the reasons which made its eclipse, and now efforts to revive it. Because Hindu society in particular and the whole humanity in general suffer from all sorts of ailments, physical, mental and spiritual. And this has made our life uneasy. What we want is ease, free from dis-ease. And this is possible if there is equipoise of our inherent constituents, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, drawn from our nature or from Prakriti of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So, restoration of that equipoise makes us swasthita. As the Yoga Sutra says, Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. So we become avasthita in swarupa through intake of Ayurvedic, we call them as medicine, but in fact they are not medicine, they are nutritious elements, as I said earlier. And therefore, you have rightly pointed out as to how in Shantigiri Ashrama this sort of treatment is being introduced under, say, inspiration from Sri Guru Karunakara. He is now a Bhaishajya Guru because this knowledge has to be transmitted from one generation to another generation, and this knowledge is not just to be studied or acquired theoretically, it has to be applied. And therefore, in Shantigiri Ashram, we find that there are hospitals also where this knowledge is put to practice for the treatment of human ailments. And you have rightly therefore pointed out how this Ayurvedic treatment is to be adopted, is to be made use of for bringing about peace, prosperity and wellness of not only the Hindu society, but also the entire cosmos. Therefore, we very much appreciate your presentation and congratulate you for this brilliant exposition and wish you the best in your academic career. You are really a very, I should say, good scholar, well steeped in the Ayurvedic tradition, and we hope that your knowledge will benefit Hindu society, also humanity at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
NANMA, I would like to congratulate you.
Yeah.
NANMA, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, sir, I can hear.
Yeah, I would like to congratulate you for the clarity of your thought and the dexterity of your matter. Well, my sincere congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We are coming to close the morning session, and
We are closing with a very scholarly presentation.
So evening we will start 6, and by 7:38 we will close our conference. And I hope all will be present, because there is a session in which we will discuss our future initiatives. What should be the nature of our future initiatives? I request all of us should be there, so that our effort should not end here. And we have to take it forward.
This is a Jnana Yajna in which everyone should contribute or give one's own ahuti. So, therefore, suggestions would be welcome from all learned scholars for this enterprise and its future direction.
Yeah. Daveji, Dipti, see you in the morning, in the evening.
Can I ask one simple question, please?
Yeah.
Janardhanji just now said that, Shankaracharya, Bhagavad Gita was lost. I would like to know the view about this, whether Bhagavad Gita was lost before Adi Shankaracharya.
It is a matter of history. I don't think Gita was lost. Gita was already there, and that's why we say Gita, Sugita Kartavya. So it has been recited, studied earlier also, but it has to be studied again and again. And this is
what context he said it, we don't know. Sir, can you clarify?
I'll try to, sir. I'll try to. I won't say that if meaning came out as that it was lost. That is not the case. That was, as a matter of fact, it was not in the public domain. It was not at all let known to the people. So Adi Shankara, during his Shankara Digvijayam, we call it, he took up the cause when while Batsam and other people around here are worried about the plight of Hinduism. During Shankara's time, Buddhism, etc., has encroached the space of Hinduism, and this great soul traveled to the length and breadth of India, trying to tell the people about the glory of Hinduism. At that time, only he brought out the things which are, there are certain things. When we say that the caste system is there, it is that the caste is every person of in every household. There are Shudras, Kshatriyas and Brahmanas, etc. That was not acceptable to the people who went by the caste system, the caste system as they changed it. They had kept the, what do you call that, Bhagavad Gita away from the public domain. Adi Shankara, during his discourses, brought about and quoted and asked the people about what they have misquoted, how are they against it. And that's how he defeated the people, and subsequently he established 4 mutts separately for rejuvenated Hinduism. But unfortunately, things did not turn out to be that, and the rest is history.
Yeah. So it is the context. It is. So Davidi.
We appreciate the contribution of Bhagavad Jagadguru Sri Shankaracharya, but there have been several Vedantic traditions. Shankara, Ramanuja, they mention the ancient rishis who were the precursors and who commented upon Bhagavad Gita also. And therefore, Gita was quite an ancient text, and it was a summary of the Upanishadic and Vedic wisdom. But it was Shankaracharya who highlighted.
Yeah, that is what he meant.
Only that.
Yeah, only that. Not lost.
Information. I would like to have the opinion of Dipti ji. Dipti ji, what would you like to say about this? Because, you know, it is true as Professor Bhatt said that he highlighted and gave his, you know, on Prasthantraya and, you know, his commentary, but it was not.
Well, you see, basically, I would like to humbly submit, and with scholars like Professor Bhatt over here, I think we have been slightly off the track in saying that Gita was lost or that Gita had gone into the background or whatever. Gita was very much a part of the Indian ethos and Indian thought process. Yes, if it hadn't been like that, I don't think it would have been a part of the Prasthanatraya. Number one. Number two, the fact that Jagadguru, Adi Guru commented on Gita. His commentary, of course, is marvelous, uncomparable, and it encompasses all the sadhana and all the knowledge that was there. But that, in a way, enhanced the importance of the text for the knowledgeable. I would not say it enhanced the text for the importance of the text for the general public, simply because it was very difficult, and it still is very difficult to understand the Tika of Shankaracharya. You have to have an all-comprehensive knowledge of the Vedantic texts and the Upanishads and their tradition in order to fully understand and appreciate his commentary on Gita. Therefore, it was a sort of rejuvenation, revalidation, and an reinterpretation of the Vedantic philosophy through Shankaracharya, rather than to think that it was lost and it was reinvented and it was reinvented. And I said, most humbly, I would like to say that I would not agree with the idea of it having been lost, no matter in which context this word lost has been used.
Yeah, that he has explained it, because lost in the sense that, as three of you said, its relevance was, it was in a low profile that time, its relevance was brought to limelight by Shankaracharya's mission. It was more magnified in the public realm. That's all I think he meant. No, lost is a word he that way inappropriately used. Not lost, but it was that way it was brought to limelight by Shankaracharya's.
It might be in oblivion.
Please stop using.
Oblivion is a better word.
Yeah, oblivion is
We need to use words slightly loosely.
no, oblivion in the sense that certain periods, certain things may not be in that much in public,
Perfectly okay.
yeah, that's all. That is all. Then great acharyas come, they will again make it more illuminating.
Yes.
That is what we periodically, the role of acharyas are like that. And periodically they illuminate. That way it goes. Yeah. So we can, I think now it is clear, things are clear. But we will meet in the evening.
Yes. At 6 p.m. Huh?
Shashumar sir, are you present?
No.
Yeah, thank you. I'm listening.
But, you are not at all speaking and contributing in between.
Yeah, there are great scholars, so I think they need space.
No.
You at least.
So in the evening, please be in the valedictory session.
No, I'm a guaranteed listener. I think these days guaranteed listeners are less in number and speakers are more.
Apart from that, we need your presentation or exposition in the last session, please. And I hope Rajashekar sir also will be there.
Actually, what I wanted to ask was what Deveji asked.
What is that?
The Shankaracharya's interpretation, it was not lost. Probably Shankaracharya could not make it public also. Probably Chinmaya made it more public.
So, who are more acquainted with these streams, movements, they are better.
Sometime messages have to get popularity.
We accept your observation.
Messages comes, East messages will not be accepted from the East. It has to come from West. So if you look at all the famous people who are all propagating this, they all started their travel from West only. 1970 when Chinmaya went there, or all the famous people, they all started their mission from West, America first, then India back.
Chinmaya has a very specific role.
Yeah.
Is it Daveji?
Even Vivekananda Swami was also like that only, right? The world came to look at probably the messages because of Vivekananda's starting from West.
Looking at the West, unless the Westerners accepted it, British won't accept the West.
Yeah. So it is nice to know all these things. Thank you all. Yeah, thank you.
No, you got it.